Hey friends, hang on tight. Today in this video, we're gonna talk about Elon Musk's new hypersonic plane, which seems ready to rewrite the laws of physics. Can this miracle transport not only reach the speed of sound but also set new records that no one ever dreamed of? Get ready to find out how Musk plans to change the world of aviation. Elon Musk announced the release of the hypersonic space liner in 2024. The new plane is based on SpaceX's experience in space technology and rocket engineering. The Starjet will be able to reach speeds over 5 Mach, significantly reducing flight duration. The Starjet is equipped with the latest Raptor rocket engine and uses modern materials that can withstand extreme conditions at high altitudes. Special attention is given to the comfort and safety of passengers. The creation of such an aircraft is associated with many technical, regulatory, and logistical difficulties. So Musk's job also includes actively engaging with regulators and airports to develop new rules and standards for such high-speed flights. Starjet has enormous economic potential and is capable of transforming the aviation sector, creating new market niches and business opportunities. The plane's ability to reach hypersonic speeds makes it an ideal choice for business travel, tourist routes, and cargo transport. The next-generation engine combines the advancements of traditional aviation technology with SpaceX's know-how in rocket engineering. The Starjet uses liquid methane and oxygen as fuel, which helps reduce the environmental impact of operating the aircraft. The aerodynamic design of the Starjet is crafted to minimize air resistance and ensure maximum flight efficiency. The use of modern composites helps achieve the perfect balance between strength and the weight of the structure. Innovative navigation and communication systems, along with an electronic control system, provide precise and smooth handling of the aircraft. The company plans to implement environmentally sustainable operating and maintenance methods, including recycling and reusing aircraft components. This will help minimize the carbon footprint and extend the lifespan of the aircraft. Elon Musk and his new hypersonic Starjet are aiming to radically change the world of travel and logistics, making them faster, more convenient, and accessible. This project could boost international cooperation and innovation, bringing people together and breaking down geographical barriers, while also opening up opportunities for the growth of the tourism industry and scientific research. The Starjet is part of a broader trend towards creating increasingly advanced modes of transportation, among which hypersonic planes and space travel hold a special place. Stay tuned, and you'll learn about the new developments from competing companies. Is there a real alternative to Elon Musk and his new hypersonic plane, the Starjet? I describe these and other supersonic planes in my Telegram channel Unusual America, where I share the most incredible stories about life in the US and important news. Check it out, read, and subscribe. Where I share the most incredible stories about life in the US and important news. Come on in, read, and subscribe. In 2019, the American company Hermeus announced the creation of the hypersonic drone quarterhorse for the first time. The plane is 39 feet and 4 inches long, with a wingspan of nearly 10 feet, and is equipped with the Chimera hybrid power plant, which is based on the GJ8521 engine. This system can accelerate the aircraft to a speed of 5 Mach. Hermeus decided to take an iterative approach to development, planning to build 4 demonstration prototypes. Each of them is designed for the sequential testing of various technologies and processes. The first prototype, designated -0 Malawian Quachas, was assembled in 2023 and was used solely for ground testing. The company announced the completion of these tests in early 2024. March 28, 2024. 24 years old, March 28, 2024. In 2024, Hermeus unveiled the second prototype, the Quarterhorse 1 Malawian Quacha, which was built in just 7 months. Unlike its predecessor, this version is designed for actual flights. Its tasks include testing the operation of all systems during takeoff, landing, and flight at subsonic speeds. To achieve this, the -1 Malawian Kwacha is equipped with a GJ85 engine and is remotely controlled. In addition, Hermes shared that the quarter-horse -2 Malawian Kwacha's prototype will be equipped with a more powerful Pratt & Whitney F100 engine. The main goal of this version is to test flights at supersonic speeds. The third prototype is expected to take to the skies in 2025. The SR-70-1 Blackbird, developed during the Cold War to overcome the limitations of the U-2 reconnaissance aircraft, remains one of the most iconic figures in aviation history. Developed at the request of the CIA to evade Soviet radars and missiles, the Blackbird became an indispensable tool for strategic reconnaissance due to its outstanding speed and altitude capabilities. The futuristic design of the aircraft was the result of complex engineering solutions. The fuselage and wings had a unique shape that provided excellent aerodynamic properties at all flight modes. The SR-70-1 was a tailless design with thin triangular wings that had a 60-degree sweep along the leading edge. On board, there were various electronic sensors, side-looking radars, and cameras. Reaching speeds in excess of Mach 3, the SR-70-1 easily evaded interceptors and anti-aircraft missiles, becoming the fastest manned aircraft in the world. Although the advent of satellite reconnaissance and unmanned aerial vehicles led to its decommissioning in the 1990s, the Blackbird left an indelible mark on aviation history. Over decades of successful service, it did not suffer a single combat loss, confirming its importance in aerial reconnaissance and remaining a symbol of technical progress in aviation. The supersonic passenger plane Halcyon, capable of reaching speeds up to 4,000 miles per hour, promises to make a breakthrough in air travel, cutting flight time from London to New York down to just 90 minutes. By 2029, this aircraft is expected to serve around 125 routes worldwide. Halcyon will be equipped with a hybrid engine that combines two traditional aviation solutions. Testing and the start of commercial operations for this aircraft are expected by the end of this decade. Reaching speeds 5 times faster than sound, the Halcyon will become the fastest civilian aircraft in the world. By comparison, the famous Concorde had a top speed of 1,350 miles per hour. The Halcyon will be able to cover distances of up to 4,000 nautical miles, making transatlantic flights like New York to Paris possible without any layovers. However, for flights over the Pacific, like the Los Angeles to Tokyo route, a short stop will be necessary. It's worth noting that the Halcyon won't be able to operate on domestic and intercontinental routes that fly over land due to the intense sonic booms generated at such high speeds. Traveling between continents in just a few minutes is a dream that will soon become a reality. In the air, just like on the ground, there are safety rules. But if you get into a car accident in America and don't know what to do next, where to turn for help, or how to find a good lawyer, how can you get compensation if you don't have insurance? The company Accident America helped secure $21 million in compensation for its clients. Here, you'll definitely get answers to all your questions. The link is in the description. Lockheed Martin recently finished building the experimental X-59 aircraft as part of its supersonic passenger aviation development program. The flight testing phase will begin soon, showcasing the real capabilities of the new technologies and design solutions. The X-59 project, previously known by the index QSSD, was completed in 2018 to 2019, in 2018 and 2019. And the assembly of the aircraft itself was completed in June 2023. The experimental X-59 is a single-seat, single-engine aircraft with a unique design, developed from the ground up based on the latest scientific data. The length of the plane is 95 feet. The wingspan is 29.5 feet. The height in the park position is 13 feet 9 inches. The height in the park position is 13 feet 9 inches. The maximum takeoff weight reaches 32,408 pounds. The aircraft can carry up to 9,700 pounds of fuel and 661 pounds of payload in the form of scientific equipment. That's 9,700 pounds of fuel and 661 pounds of payload in the form of scientific equipment. A distinctive feature of the X-59's design is its fuselage, which has a high aspect ratio and a variable cross-section. The long nose cone with a horizontal front edge gives the aircraft a unique look. The power plant consists of a single General Electric F414G 100 turbojet engine, which allows the aircraft to reach a maximum speed of 1.5 Mach at an altitude of nearly 10 miles. At a cruising speed of 1.42 Mach. The main goal of the X-59 is to demonstrate quiet supersonic flight. The optimized aerodynamics of the aircraft is supposed to reduce the noise level during flight. Even though the X-59 is meant solely for testing and experiments, NASA plans to use the insights gained for future aviation projects. The Boston-based company Spike Aerospace, founded by former engineers from Gulfstream, Eclipse, and Airbus, unveiled the design for a silent supersonic passenger plane of the future in 2013. Their development, the Spike S512, is designed to carry between 18 to 22 passengers and is expected to cruise at a speed of 1.6 Mach, with the ability to accelerate up to 1.8 Mach. With the ability to accelerate to 1.8 Mach, aircraft can fly supersonic over land. Developers promise a new experimental engine. Aircraft can fly supersonic over land. The developers promise to equip the plane with a new experimental engine. It will also be quiet inside the plane, since it won't have regular windows. The elimination of windows not only reduces the weight and increases the strength of the fuselage, but also increases the flight speed. To make up for the lack of windows, the cabin is fitted with thin curved displays that show a real-time view of the outside thanks to microcameras mounted on the exterior. The first prototype, the SX-1.2, a scaled-down unmanned model of the S512, successfully completed flight tests in the U.S. in 2017, confirming the accuracy of the aerodynamic calculations. The project is supported by manufacturers and aerospace centers around the world, including Cordis Engineering in the US, Siemens in Germany, and Aernnova in Spain. Spike Aerospace unveiled a full-size business jet in 2022 and plans to start commercial operations by 2028. Spike Aerospace unveiled a full-size business jet in 2022 and plans to start commercial operations by 2028. Boom Supersonic started developing its own supersonic aircraft, the Overture, in 2014 and has since raised $270 million in investments, as well as secured support from major players in the air travel market. By the middle of the next decade, the startup plans to sell around 2,000 units to various airlines and private clients at a price of about $200 million each. The Overture will be 169 feet and 9 inches long, with a wingspan of 59 feet and 7 inches, designed to carry 75 passengers. To speed up the development and testing of technologies, the company first built a scaled-down prototype called the XB-1, known as Baby Boom. The model is 3 times smaller than the Overture. It's 68 feet and 9 inches long, and the wingspan is 21 feet. It's designed for 2 pilots. Construction and aerodynamic testing of the XB-1 began in 2018. And in October 2020, the prototype was unveiled in fully assembled form. Flight tests started in 2021. The prototype will fly faster than the main aircraft at 2.2 Mach instead of 1.7 Mach, which allowed for testing all technologies under maximum load conditions. The first full-scale version of the Overture is set to be unveiled in 2025, after which test flights will begin. Commercial flights on the Overture are expected to start in 2029. The exploration of the possibilities for creating supersonic aircraft began in the 1940s. The pioneer in this field was the American experimental aircraft Bell X-1, equipped with the XLR-11 rocket engine. It was on this aircraft that American test pilot Chuck Yeager first broke the sound barrier in controlled flight on October 14, 1947. The first production fighter jet capable of reaching the speed of sound was the Soviet MiG-17, developed in the late 1940s and launched into production in 1952. In 1950, a real breakthrough in supersonic aviation was the North American F-100 Super Sabre, which made its first flight in May 1953 and went into production in 1954. In the 1950s and 1960s, there was significant progress in the development of supersonic aviation. This era was characterized by rapid technological advancements, which significantly contributed to the progress in the development of supersonic aviation. The designers managed to overcome the challenges related to stability and control at supersonic speeds, paving the way for the creation of supersonic aircraft for various purposes. The first civilian supersonic aircraft appeared in the late 1960s. Two such aircraft were created: the Soviet Tu-144 and the French Concorde. The Tu-144 made its first flight in 1968, in 1009 of 68, but it only started operating in 1975. However, by 1978, its operation was discontinued, and the aircraft became a museum exhibit. The Concorde made its first flight in 1969 and was in service from 1973 to 2003. In 2024, supersonic passenger planes are in the development stage. Up to 2003. In 2024, supersonic passenger planes are in the development stage. In the 20th century, humanity felt the full allure of supersonic air travel, but it also faced a number of problems associated with this mode of transport. Nevertheless, technology continues to advance, and supersonic and hypersonic aviation has once again become one of the priority areas of scientific and engineering activity. And that's all for today. Thank you for watching.